Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I hope that everyone is good and healthy during these hard times. So I had this crazy idea of just mixing two things that I'm generally interested in, which is spooky stories or cases and makeup. Now, let me just say this. During the process of finding new cases and stories, I did find Bailey Sarian. Forgive me if I'm saying her name wrong. And of course, in no way, shape, or form am I trying to copy her. I honestly had no idea who she was until I started looking. And of course, now that I do, I ended up falling in love with her videos. She is an amazing makeup artist, and I am so excited that we have similar interests. And of course, I am pretty sure that a lot of people do this type of videos as well. But with that being said, hey, welcome. I am pretty sure that at some point in life you have heard Bloody Mary, or one of your friends just dare you to say her name in front of the mirror. Now, now Bloody Mary is a ghost or a spirit and is said to reveal the future. She is said to appear in the mirror when people chant her name repeatedly. Some people are said to believe that you're supposed to say it 3 times. Some others say that you have to say it 10 times. Some other people are said to believe that you have to say it 13 times. Some people are relating her name to malevolent. It all depends on which variation of the legend you believe in. Now, people who have spoke about witnessing the whole Bloody Mary experiences, most of them are in group participation play, which really reminds me of when I was a kid and I was just one of those playing as well. Part of the ritual was encouraging young women to just walk up the flight of stairs backwards, holding a candle and a hand mirror. It is said that it doesn't work unless it was in a darkened house. They were supposed to be able to catch a view of their future husband's face. There was, however, a chance that they would see a skull, and instead, that used to indicate that they were going to die before they would have a chance to actually be married. In the ritual of today, however, it appears to individuals or group who invoke her name. Most people believe that it is said 13 times, like I said before, maybe three. The Bloody Mary, it's supposed to appear as a corpse, witch, or a ghost that can be friendly or evil. And sometimes people have said to believe that her face is covered up in blood. Now, the ritual states that participants might see Bloody Mary screaming at them or cursing them. Some of them are said to believe that she strangled them, stealing their souls, drinking their blood, scratching their eyes out. Some variations of the ritual call Bloody Mary by a different name, which is Hail Mary or Mary Worth. And all of those are really some of the most popular examples of what people are said to believe about Bloody Mary. Now, a very interesting fact about Bloody Mary and why people believe that the ritual works is because staring at a mirror in a room where there's not really much light and all you're doing is staring at a candle for a prolonged period of time um, could cause you to hallucinate basically. So facial features may appear to be melted or disappear or rotate. Other elements of the hallucination can be animals could appear, strange faces, and so basically this is called a strange face illusion, and it's, in other words, it's a part of your brain acting out. But hearing all those different stories and variation of Bloody Mary, I remember me growing up and just hearing stories of her in the mirror saying, "I'll take your child," and I guess all of those stories made me realize like who was really Bloody Mary. And investigating her story, I found out that her story is as real as it gets. And it could be a little bit sad in my opinion. So Mary was not the son that her parents were waiting for. It is said that her parents divorced and she was not able to see her mother anymore. She struggled with menstrual periods and irregularities. Despite all the odds, she did ended up taking the throne in 5053, which is basically when the legend of Bloody Mary starts to get shape. When she got pregnant, it did not take long for the public to start rumors of a fake pregnancy. At the time, there was no pregnancy test, so it was really a time will tell situation. Now, when the big day arrived, the baby didn't. So the doctors at the time just blamed it on a miscalculation of the delivery date and just moved it up one more month. The rumor were spreading. Some of them said that she did have a boy. Some other people just said that the baby died at birth. Some other people believed that it could have just been a tumor and that she was never pregnant. At this point, I am pretty sure she was just confused at what was happening to her body. While it said that the people around her, they just lost hope. And so after a month or two, the doctor were just standing her due date even further. And it said that part of her believed that God was punishing her. And even to this day, many more stories have been created and stuff has been said about how it really ended for her. Now, it is really sad because it was said that it could have been something called a phantom pregnancy, which basically means that you want to get pregnant so bad that your brain tricks your own body into believing it. Now, this happens to a lot of people, and it is to the point where you actually get the pregnancy symptoms and your period could stop. Now, other people said that it could have been cancer and that it was easier to believe that it could have been cancer or something else because then that would explain her lack of appetite and her lifelong struggle with irregularities in her period. Years later, she announced her first pregnancy. She announced herself pregnant again, and this time it was said that she didn't even have the support of her own husband just because of what happened with the first pregnancy. Years later, she confirmed herself to have entered menopause and yet again did not deliver a baby. She died the year after at the age of 42. Now, at least to my understanding, it was never confirmed what was her exact cause of death. It was said to believe that it could have been urine or ovarian cancer. Now, still to this day, her name is heard and chanted by little kids in dark rooms holding up candles. And I feel like the legend of Bloody Mary is just never gonna die. Because of also like when things happen, there was not much technology as there is nowadays. It's always gonna be a little bit hard to understand what actually happened to her. But I feel like, at least for myself, it's a little bit sad that nobody actually knew what was happening to her body and what it really happened to her. But at the end of the day, Bloody Mary is a legend that will never die, regardless if it's just used by kids trying to scare each other, or by people trying to figure out what happened to her, or by people just believing that they could actually get a glance of their future husband and decide whether they're actually going to be married or not, or be able to get to that point. Um, but I feel like in a way or another, she will always live and it's always going to be mentioned. And if you got all the way to this point, thank you so much for watching. I do really hope that you have a nice day and that you enjoy the story of Bloody Mary. I hope you liked it. Bye.